Hello, my dudes. I felt like expressing some of my anger today over some events that are happening in the world and in the United States. Let's get into it. I'm heated. Okay, I know I'm smiling, but that's just to mask my fury. First thing I did yesterday was start a Twitter rant about veganism because of the video of the starving polar bear. Have you seen it yet? It's National Geographic. They couldn't help the polar bear because you're not allowed to feed polar bears, but that wouldn't have saved the polar bear anyway because the ice is melting and they aren't able to get to the seals and they're dying. And I'm also not smiling because of that, but my new set of aligners are in, so it makes my teeth feel weird. Anyway, climate change. I'm heated. The world is heated. There was snow a few days ago and now it's gone. That may just be the way that winter works. I'm not really sure how snow works. But the biggest lifestyle choice you can make that impacts your carbon footprint, impacts how much damage you inflict on this environment and Mother Earth, is your diet, baby. And that's why veganism, being mostly vegan, is the answer, because animal agriculture is responsible for more greenhouse gas emissions than the entire industry of transportation. Because I saw some tweets responding to vegans encouraging veganism because of the polar bear, and there were people who were like, literally, what does eating meat have to do with polar bears dying? And I'm like, okay, let's go, let's tweet this out, because, you know, if you're vegan, you probably understand, is it possible to be vegan and not go on the occasional Twitter rant about it? So I was tweeting and tweeting and tweeting, and I just got to a point where I was like, I can't, tweet and explain all of veganism and all of the impacts. That's a lot. But I just wish that we could continue to spread this education to people in a non-hostile way. I don't want to attack people because they don't know the resource usage involved in making a hamburger. Is this too bright? I think it is. But, sir, if you do learn how much resources it takes, how much resources? If you do learn the environmental impact, the fact that the Amazon and other rainforests and things are cut down for grazing or for growing feed for cattle, etc., if you learn that information and you're still like, nah, I still want my steak, still want my bacon, haha, vegans, then you're just a dick and I'm heated at you. But you guys are woke, fam. A lot of you are vegan. I have met a lot of you, not a lot, I've met a few of you, and it's almost always at a vegan restaurant. Last time I went to Champ's Diner, I met one of you and your friend. And the time before that, when I went to Champ's Diner, which is an all-vegan diner in Brooklyn, I also met another viewer. And then I went to this vegan place called Sweet to Lick here on Long Island, and I met another viewer. So I'm like, New York vegans, hello. You'll probably run into me in the very few vegan places nearby. There's a lot in the city, but not on Long Island. Anyway, I'm not heated about that. Let's move on to something else. Oh, by the way, I posted my first podcast episode yesterday, so there's a YouTube channel, Previously Gifted. Make sure you subscribe if you would like to watch the podcast. Some people like to do that. It's also on iTunes as of this morning. Hell yeah. It's on SoundCloud. I can work on getting it on Google Play or something like that. Some people have requested Spotify, but it's very difficult to get podcasts approved for Spotify, so we'll see. But for now, there's all that. Make sure you check out all the information, and this is my microphone. I'm continuously working on the audio, and we'll see how this potty ends up. What else, dude? Okay, let's go. Another thing I'm heated about, net neutrality. I kind of have been blocking it out. I don't want to think about it because I can't even actually imagine a future where any of these disastrous decisions are allowed. If you don't know what net neutrality is, basically, this week, a small commission of people are voting on whether we should keep the internet neutral or if we should allow big companies like Verizon, basically allow them to create web packages. So one part of this is different parts of internet would be broken up and you would have to pay for them separately. So you'd have a social media package, you'd have a streaming, Netflixy kind of package, and tons of other things. It would inevitably end up costing consumers way more. Fun fact, the United States pays more for internet than anybody else, and we don't even have the best service. Similar to our healthcare. Very similar, but that's another issue. But it's literally major. Like, this would change the internet, and it would never, ever be the same. It would never be how it is today. So obviously, most of the country is very, very strongly against the idea of taking away net neutrality, but there are a few people on this board, this commission, I'm not sure what group it is, maybe it's this, that are in favor of taking away net neutrality, and then there are undecided people. So this week, it's crazy important for us to reach out to our representatives. You can do that by texting resist to 50409 ? That's such an awesome service. I use it very often because I get a little lazy or nervous to phone my representatives directly. So you can use the resist bot to text a message to your representatives, and it will be sent to them as a fax. So you can do that about net neutrality, because we need to be talking to our representatives and make sure that they are putting pressure on these people who are voting on this issue this week. It's terrifying. But this is the thing that heats me the most. This is the thing that turns on the stovetop and I just boil up, you know? That was an unnecessary metaphor. Companies like Verizon, that are these giant media conglomerates. I don't know what conglomerate means, let's be honest. Companies like Verizon already rip us off. I used to have Verizon for my phone, now I've got T-Mobies. Shouts out T-Mobile, sponsor me, I love you. But really, they will charge us more and more and more. Especially since, you know, iPhones and data has become a thing. Now you basically need unlimited data unless you want to be paying for data charges that are ridiculous. And anyway, Verizon wants this obviously for their own selfish reasons, to be able to make more money. And other media, internet, phone service providers want it as well. Comcast, I think, is one. And it just makes me so mad, because you would think in an ideal world, our representatives and the people on these boards would actually vote for the things that are best for the people, but obviously we know that's not how it works, and I get heated about this for every single issue. Our representatives who are not voting the way that they should be, their constituents, us, the people who get them elected, we usually get zero say in how they vote. So it's time to kick those people out of office. This is so all over the place. I just get so heated. Congress. I get into these rants all the time. I sound crazy, but it's true. Everything is about money. Everything is about lobbyists. Lobbyists. Wow. Campaign finance reform. Okay. Wealthy people in this country, the very, very, very wealthy people in this country, want to stay wealthy. These are the CEOs of these massive corporations. These people are the people who use money to finance Congress's campaigns to get them elected, and in exchange for being elected, you owe those corporations, those CEOs, those wealthy, powerful people, whatever they want. So when you look at every issue, whether it's net neutrality, I'm pretty sure one of the guys on the board or something, he used to work for Verizon. But it's all about money, and none of it is about what the people want, because obviously, if you ask the people, do you want the internet to stay the way that it is? Yes. A resounding yes. Similarly to, like, healthcare issues. Oh my god, I can't even get into that. Our healthcare makes me so upset. In short, let me just say, our healthcare is all it's all fucked up because of lobbyists. Again, surprise. The insurance industries, the pharmaceutical industries, even medical technology industries, all of it is made for profit. People are meant to stay sick so that they keep going back to the doctor. They keep getting surgery after surgery, procedure after procedure, and that is just more money for all these industries. And then you're on all of these prescriptions, and then you have to take more prescriptions to deal with side effects, and they've got you, and they can charge you whatever they want. We pay more for healthcare than any other developed nation, and we have the worst quality of care and the worst health outcomes, and that's all due to money, people. Oh my god. There's a really great documentary about healthcare that you guys should check out. Escape Fire? Yes, I'm pretty sure that's it. Amazing documentary, and it explains that entire concept. Our healthcare is not designed to make people healthy. Because once people are healthy, they're not going to the doctor anymore. They don't need prescriptions. They don't need any of these procedures. And you would think there's no way that people would do that to other people. There's no way that they would put profits over the well-being of people, but that very obviously happens in so many industries. There are very few industries that actually do care and work for the well-being of people rather than profiting off of their illness. I don't know why I felt inclined to make this video today. I guess I wanted to give you guys a little taste of what I would like to get into in my podcast. My podcast is mostly going to be about me, more discussions about everything that I talk about on this channel, but deeper discussions, more fleshed out. And I also want to get into issues like net neutrality, the Senate tax bill, healthcare, all of these issues, veganism, lobbying, these are issues that young people need to be aware of, we need to talk about, we need to spread awareness. Everyone needs to know so that they can get active politically and vote, get the bullshitters out of office, and elect people who care about us. Because otherwise we are going to get screwed. We've already been getting screwed. Oh my... They tell us there's not enough money. There's no way that the government, whatever, Congress, we can't afford more affordable college. We can't afford more affordable healthcare. False. Instead, they're giving tax breaks to the richest people in this country. They're taking away, or they're raising the ceiling of the estate tax, which only applies to people whose assets are worth over like $5 or $10 million already. These people do not need any more tax breaks. They're getting some very, very generous breaks. Meanwhile, the rest of us are broke and suffering, and they could not care less. Anyway, wow, okay. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Now it's time for my smooth jazz voice, which doesn't sound as smooth with my aligners in. I don't wear my aligners in the podcast, just for your listening pleasure. Once again, please check out Previously Gifted, and I hope you guys are interested, and I hope you want to listen/watch. And please, text resist. You can ask them for a variety of topics to contact your representatives about. It's all through text. They tell you exactly what they need from you, and it's great. We have to get involved, and I really, 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 really hope that net neutrality is protected, because otherwise we could be tuning in next week and we could all be fucked. This may be our last good week of the internet. So, okay, thanks, bye!